Pokemon Legends Arceus is a wonderful game that improves upon the old formula. There's so much that... Wait. I'm talking about the wrong game. Unless you've been isekai'd recently, you've probably heard of a quaint game called Persona 5. Even if you haven't, you've likely heard of a game called
Super Smash Brothers!
Ultimate. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Which just so happens to feature Joker from Persona 5. With Persona's 25th anniversary celebration still ongoing, it's a great time to promote one of my favorite games. Persona 5 starts off like any other recent Persona game. The protagonist gets exiled from home due to mommy and daddy issues and gets shipped off by train to live with strangers and eventually save the world with the power of friendship. You know, typical anime things. This time, however, our protagonist, Ren, or Akira for you simps, gets arrested and almost gets sent to horny jail for heartily helping himself in the highly hated horror a human could ever hope to do. That's right, holding hands.
Damn brat, I'll sue!
And accidentally causing an Archon to eat shit and die. This is the catalyst that starts Ren's journey to becoming the charming piece of wet toast many of us love today. And as instead of getting sent to jail, yet, he gets sent from the boonies to none other than Tokyo as per terms of his probation. Now, if you couldn't tell already, this guy claps mad cheeks. The glasses you see him wear, it's just for show. He wears them to suppress the Chad energy that resides inside of him. But really, it's just to make him look less intimidating. As the first week progresses, Ren officially gets sent to horny jail, and with the help from a long-nosed man and his lollies, Ren unlocks the power of friendship to aid him with the clapping of shadow cheeks. As a result, his power unironically becomes the friends he makes along the way, and of course, the inner demons we all fight. As the main character, it's Ren's job to gather a harem. I mean, a team of rebellious teens, sick of society's oppressive and unfair treatment, to form one of the edgiest yet coolest groups created, the Phantom Thieves. How did they form, you might ask? On his first day of school, Ren meets a yellow-haired monkey called Ryuji, and on the way to Shujin Academy, and Shujin literally translates to prisoner, they get lost and stumble upon a castle. The dynamic duo then meet a human trash can, Kamoshida, and after getting dumpstered almost immediately, they are sentenced to execution. Given that this isn't Ren's first time getting his ass tossed like a salad, he's determined to go down swinging. As Ren's about to die, he finds a butterfly that grants him the power of his persona, which allows him to fight back. With this newfound power, Ren shanks them out and meet definitely not a cat along the way. Ryuji discovers the strength of piracy, and then they all proceed to go about their lives. Though they would like to forget the abhorrent sights found in the castle, they realize that the horrible rumors revolving around Kamoshida about the physical and sexual abuse towards the volleyball team might be true. While gathering information Inaba style, the not-a-cat Morgana finds the two lost brain cells and explains to them the concept about the soul-sucking corporation, the Metaverse, and how they can punish Kamoshida for his crimes. This approach, however, is not without risk, as there's still a possibility that they kill Kamoshida. Later on, Ren bumps into An, decides to turn into runner, perhaps a track star, and run down the beauty he's seen only a few times prior, and from that, he learns the truth about Kamoshida. The uncertainty the Three Stooges felt about the approach they should take soon disappeared, as the next day, An's closest friend jumps off the roof of the academy in a suicide attempt. No longer being able to sit still, the three run to Kamoshida's office to confront him, but fail as Camel Toe stops their crusade by framing their actions as attempted assault, and promises to expel them at the next school board meeting. With no options remaining, the three delinquents turn to the metaverse to body the human embodiment of nuclear waste. Determined to incur justice on Kamoshida Dickhead, An follows the three into the metaverse using the advanced technology called voice recognition, but ends up getting captured after being told to stay behind by the boys. Not long after, An is rescued, and in the process, she learns to abuse the power of sexuality to destroy all the simps that oppose her. With the group hitting the magic number of 4 party members, it was decided that this would be the team to siege the castle and end the tyranny of Kamoshida. This marks the momentous occasion of the unofficial creation of the Phantom Thieves, which would then continue to grow while simultaneously changing the hearts of corrupt adults. Whew, wow, that took a dark turn, and that's only part of why I find this game so compelling. But let's switch back to a more lighthearted tone. Meet the cast, which consists of 4 people you've already met before. The mascot, the dumbass. The dumbass. The dumbass.
Damn, you speak Japanese?
The dumbass. The best the strategist. Hackerman. And last but not least, the embodiment of all things unholy and the cause of so much destruction. Fivehead. Each of these characters brings something interesting to the cast, though some may fall short, and some may, well, not be liked by everyone. The game wouldn't be the same with any of them missing. The Persona 5 gameplay loop can be broken down into 2 sections: Slice of Life Simulator and Dungeon Crawling, both of which you're in control of Stinky the entire time. In the former, you experience a day-night cycle over the course of about an in-game year. During this time, you form and improve upon your social links, known as confidants, which is perfect for all you losers, like me. Experience all the friendships with the people you never got to meet because of the pandemic, which is exactly what I did when I was locked up during quarantine. Not only that, but school is also a small portion of these days, meaning you will get a small interaction here and there, as well as a chance to improve your knowledge literally and in-game, with an occasional multiple choice question prompt. Did I mention that there are social stats yet? Along with knowledge, there are 4 more stats that be increased in various ways throughout the days, such as going to a coffee shop to drink coffee. Who'd have thought? To improve your guts. These stats are vital if you want to progress past certain points in confidant relations. Want to hang out with your waifu? Uh-oh, Stinky! You're too dumb to hold a conversation. Want to eat that giant burger? Nope. You lack the guts to handle all that massive feat. Oh yeah, and in case you forgot, you are in Tokyo, so feel free to explore with your confidants till your wee part is fulfilled. But what if you don't care about this man's 5th painting of Bold and Brash? Belongs in the trash. As a huge incentive, most confidants give useful abilities, which make surviving in the metaverse easier. This brings me to the next part of the loop, the dungeon crawling. When you're not forced to enter the metaverse, you will be given the option to enter during the day, and you can spend as much time as you want in there, given that you don't hit a story checkpoint. In this section, there's a blend of stealth and fighting, as sneaking up on your enemies gives you the opportunity to attack first with all your party members. Of course, if you don't care about that, you can just go unga bunga, ooh, and run down your enemies like cavemen, if you want. Given that this is a JRPG, the combat is turn-based oriented. And before you roll your eyes at the thought of this, just look. Battles are fast-paced once you get the hang of the system, and most importantly, it's just so stylish. Each animation, each menu, just everything is so fluid and filled to the brim with style. Now, how is this Pokemon for adults? Where is any of that? Let me get to that. As the main character, you of course have some special power, and in this case, it's the ability to catch them all, as the rest of the party are limited to 1 persona each. Just like Pokemon, or really any RPG in general, each persona and each enemy have weaknesses and resistances to different elements. However, the biggest thing that separates Persona 5 from the rest of these games is the all-out attack. By exploiting enemy weaknesses, you can break their ankles, and if all enemies are downed, you can either capture or all-out attack. But in the case of the attack, well, I'll just let it speak for itself. One more thing I should mention is that catching your Pokemon is not the only way to obtain them. Very early on, you unlock the ability to fuse personas by murdering the shit out of them, and in the process create stronger ones. So, if you're ever stuck, just make some babies and attempt the battle with a different strategy. As there is a limited amount of days, time is a huge factor, and managing what things you want to do each day is the key if you want to min-max. Though, compared to other Persona games, you are given a lot of time to complete everything if you so desire. So, don't stress out too much. If you really decide to take in everything, you'll be able to appreciate the amazing soundtrack even more. Enjoy the ride while you're still on it, and like the game tells you in almost every loading screen, take your time. Do I think Persona 5 is a perfect game? No, that's why Persona 5 Royal exists. So, should you play Persona 5? No, play Royal. But that's a topic for another day. If for some reason you can only play Persona 5, then do it. Persona 5 is still a solid game that set the bar so high for every other JRPG to come out for me since. Although Royal is my favorite game, Vanilla Persona 5 holds a special place in my heart, as it was the perfect game to end high school on back when it released. To this day, 5 years later, I still listen to this masterpiece of a soundtrack. So if you enjoy the music playing in the background, at the very least, listen to it on Spotify, and that's all I have to say about Persona 5. If you like this video, please be sure to express it, and if you want me to go over the rest of the story, or perhaps Persona 5 Royal, let me know in the comments. See ya!